is the vision does not have this flow that we just did in the pelvis, right? So what I'm looking for is, if you see right now the eyes are doing this, well, guess what? If the eyes are doing this, so is the butt. This is where that gyroscope comes into play. When a baby needs to be here, right, so the vision can be here. So now with this little child, I'm going to need Felipe involved because I will be doing some vision work, enough just to sink this in. Just no difference than I just did with Tanya, going for that reach, which she can reach as an adult this way as well as this way. But a child will only do this way, right? And this is what happens when I go to reach. Look at all that we've been doing. Where does that pubic bone go? Where does that belly go? Right? So now I have that balance and that continuation of the roll from that movement. Right? But if I'm low tone, you know what I mean? And people go, well, they're not strong enough. There's no muscles here. You know what I mean? And this is where it gets me. Same thing too if I have CP going on, you know what I mean? This is not getting that life experience. It's not engaging. So that's where I'm at. So what I want you to start looking for, I'm going to take the child where it's most comfortable. Doubt if it's going to be on the belly. Probably going to be on the back because, again, if the eyes are doing all of this, it's going to be very hard to do, quote, tummy time. And this is where it's hard on parents. I put my kid on tummy time, he hates it. Well, yeah, because they feel like they're drowning. So again, I want to start synchronizing that, but I'll get more out of that synchronizing if I can counter the vision, if possible. Now for a baby, it might be right here. Right? The babies is not, if I don't have counter here, I can't bring them out here. So it's going to be very, very isolated movement, but enough to get that really gentle and trying to synchronize that system up, which is the pelvis and the brain should be going at the same movement, which is a counter. So, okie doke. I will wipe the table. Looking at you. Now what I'm doing here is what we did on the head first day. Now let him do the vision. Let him do the vision. You have, no, that's way too fast. She's really visually impaired, so we need to work with her vision very purposely. So now I'm cupping the legs just to give her more support. But I don't want to hold the legs because I don't want to lock up the pelvis. So I'm going to go under there, see this much.
Her head's a little bit off the table on Melita.
Is it?
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah.
She's saying I can't.
How old is your baby? 4 months. 4 months. It's okay.
I think she has gas.
Oh,
It's okay, yeah. See? Let's be heavy. Be heavy.
Oops.
So now almost that type of tension that I was doing off the pubic bone, I'm just going in nicely off the hip on her left side, almost like a pull, but trying to put her back down to the table.
And gas can also block buoyancy.
Oh yeah, because it's counter poses.
And pressure.
or that it makes you rise by the distended belly and then you can't go down. At the moment, again, I say at the moment because I don't know what she's like at alone at home, but around 30 people, I can't get her system to know how to come down. Meaning if I let go of the legs, they're still up here.
What is it? Look.
Look at the red.
God.
Look at the blue.
Good God.
My goodness.
So you see how I'm working on the absolute horizon at this point, just her.
Good God. Good
Color, no color.
Does she take a pacifier?
No.
Ha ha ha.
Anytime you need to pick her up. Does she like music at all? That's fine. Do you have a playlist on your phone that she likes, like nursery rhymes or no?
Yes, I have it. But if I just gonna take her nap, she's gonna be fine.
Oh, yeah, okay. No problem.
be fine.
Oh, yeah, okay. She needs a nappy change. You can change here or you can go whichever you prefer. So,
What were you saying about the hip?
so, oh, can I have Cyril, please? It's right next to you. Baby? Baby? So, Cyril's so different than mine. My doll, by the way, is much more agile.
He's a boy. He's a boy.
Started with this again, just trying to get, but I need to hold her legs as much as, because her legs just naturally would have been at this height, right? So I'm here and she almost has like nystagmus through her whole body.
What is nystagmus?
Well, you know when the eyes shake?
Yes.
It's all through her system. At the moment, again, she just had a 2-hour car ride, whatever. I take everything into consideration and she's around us, she's in class. So what I'm doing is lightly, in a sense, for lack of a word, pull or stretch right in through the hip, the trochanter. But my objective is not to stretch, but to let the child go back down to the ground. To let that child, because she does not know what it's like to even counter, much less to go down or to go down. All she knows is this, right? That's all we're doing right now in this.
Look what we have here.
Oh, so cute.
Look what we have here. Yes. Look, what is it?
Yeah, you can come back.
Good girl. Well done. You're doing very well. Good girl. Good. Very good. Very good. Good. Very good.
My favorite thing what kids do is the puppy pant.
Yeah.
Very good. Mommy say, yes. Well done. Well done, Alice. Alice, you did very well. Yeah.
You have another allergy.
Yeah, my daughter is Alize, but my husband is from Pakistan. So yeah, I guess Pakistani originally, yeah.
Is it? Look, what is it? What is it? Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Well done. Well done. Well done. Yes.
Actually, if she's wondering if to cry or not to cry.
She's barking. There's, knock on wood, there's no tears. But she's not comfortable though. Now that was her first power move. And her pelvis just tilted a little bit to the right. See?
That extension.
I'm not looking for extension, I'm just looking for her to give me some power. Because before she was just, she didn't know to go up or to go down, to move, she was just
She
holding.
was stuck in that place, yeah.
That was a fall. Yeah. But she's,
She likes the baby. That sounds wonderful. So that means the breathing is coming.
Yes. Who's there? Yeah, he's here.
see if I can get her spot there.
He's here.
Just under the spine. Pull in that pubic bone. Working on the counting all at once.
He's here.
So does it make more sense right now, instead of a judgment that she's missed her first major transitional milestone, which is the breathing in the absolute heart?
Yes, yes. Yes,
Yes, no, no?
Do you need me to do anything?
No, is that your camera? or his
No,
camera?
it's the
Father.
father. It is the father. I wouldn't do that.
No, I was just all,
look. See, he's here. Yeah, okay.
it's okay, you
Hello.
can walk on that table, it doesn't matter.
Look. Where's mommy?
See how I'm looking for her to just give me that coccyx down.
Okay, okay.
She's got gas, she's just giving me some. There, see, now this is what I worked on you guys, bringing her spine to the table. I'm gonna bring her back a little bit.
Here we go. Here we go.
Give it a mirror, somebody. Hey. Maybe the black and white plate. black and white, very, very limited, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. No, baby, no, baby.
It's okay.
She's not hungry.
Oh, that's what I asked. You said she likes laying down. What does she like best then?
Just holding her blankets for a while, and then she's okay with it.
See if she.
Okay, come. It's okay. Done. It's done. Buzz. Now. It's done.
Do you see how hard lying down is for Munchkin?
It's done. That's it. Yeah. That's it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That's it.
One question is why only
The same with
no more than 10 minutes of black and white?
Okay, guys. So the question was, is it why no more than 10 minutes of black and white?
Yes.
With an immature eyesight, they are very attracted, like a moth, to black and white. They cannot look away. So yes, all of a sudden it's like, oh look, they're seeing. No, they are. It's sort of like it's a force. It's like a magnet. You do not want to have black and white bedding. You do not want to have black and white play areas. You certainly don't want to have black and white walls. There's no depth perception. But yes, if I want to get someone awake and looking, and then I come in with this and go to, let's say, a bead or something like that. So she doesn't. Do you see the correlation though? So where she has, if the body is responding the way it is, and here, right, there's no correlation with the vision, right? So the vision cannot set up for any kind of movement because the body's not setting up for any kind of movement, right? And so, especially at this age, to put her in standing is bypassing everything. I get it, that's where she's happiest, but I think it's happiest because her vestibular, because again, she's so engaged that she feels this, and this is where she's giving that regulation to movement, and not through the spine like we're learning with the ping pong balls and all of that through her back. Right, so her back is not like, so if each finger was a vertebrae, right? She has not learned that kind of movement. We think of the spine as this, right? But at any time, I should be able to engage my spine, especially a child, and then the ribs can do each thing, and then the spine's doing it. So these little munchkins are moving, thousands of movements in milliseconds and stuff, where she's to lie down, since she has not lied down at all. She's on her back, but she's not lied down, she's not come to the floor. So I'm doing whatever I can just to stabilize her vestibular as much as I can, just so she can start. My whole objective is her just to come down to the floor.
How would a child like that sleep?
It's gotta be
difficult.
difficult. What they're gonna tell you is she's colic.
That's what they call
I don't know, but I'm sure that's what they're telling you, that she's colicky, she's got
I'm not sure.
digestive.
I'm not 100% about what they say. Is there colic or something?
doctors.
When you
Yes.
It's a gas.
yeah, which is to me incorrect.
But she sleeps on a flat surface.
Yes. She does.
And in what
I mean,
position?
But
it
probably-
depends because in the night time she wakes up like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
So in that case, you normally what she do, she brings the child in the bed and give
Lies
her
on the side, maybe,
breastfeed. So in that case, it's usually on like a turn side because she cannot normally sleep on the straight
Yeah, on the
position.
back, exactly.
She normally like that position or other position because now she's used to really having a breastfeed on that position as well. So I mean, when she lay down in the straight position, she starts normally quite quicker,
Exactly.
quicker
it's quite
than
relaxed,
normal.
actually.
I mean, duration.
Again, what you see is relaxed, she does not know the sensation of coming to the floor. So that's, in a sense, what we're learning, even with the pubic bone. We're learning the sensation of coming to the floor. It just happens to be in that area. But if I go to stand up and walk, I'm still coming to my floor. No, even through,
Oh, this way, that way.
like if I had a glass wall in front of me, like the belly bumping, right? We see, like the French mime, you know, like,
All around, yeah.
right? That's how I look at gravity.
Michelle, sorry, one question. Means normally she likes the position on the standing position. As soon as you put it on the back position.
She does not know this. That's what I'm trying to teach these guys. You think she's lying down. She's not. In her mind, she cannot lie down. That's why the legs are all going up here and she's literally shaking. Because that's what would happen to me if I was holding my feet up. I would start going into a shake, tremor. Not a clonus, but a shake. So it's not that she prefers this. This is the only thing she's capable of doing, but it's still not comfortable for her because she can't move in and out. She's still a bit young, and what she's going on to have the milestone of going through the midline here and here for like rolling, because she's not rolling. So she can't regulate her, so at some point she's gonna startle like this, it'll throw her on her back and instantly she's gotta go into a,
So if you
like
say
she fell down.
for her it's not she don't understand if she's laying down or
Correct.
she's but
So standing is
Why
the
is
only
she-
thing she can kind of understand, but it's not good. I don't want her standing. But that's the problem is, you're gonna stand her to keep her happy, because that's what
because of
parents
course she
do.
cries a lot. Means
Right.
that's the only option
But-
you have sometimes. Isn't it?
Well, no, this is why I wanted her up here a month ago, but I saw that she's in trouble, but, that's what I'm working on now, is trying to bring her back. But out of the womb, she never knew what it's like to lay down. And then when you swaddle on top of it, the swaddling is gonna go here and really add to that. Again, where I was saying to you, push me away, that's not in her system.
So I mean the best position is a straight laying down. I mean
Her best position would be on her tummy, but she can't do that either.
yeah, I
There's
mean
no way.
she do but for a little while, not for long.
No, the most she can do, and that's what I would do is like here.
On a
Again,
thigh.
where I can still see my world, I still can work with that pubic bone, do all the stuff I taught you, right? But right now, with her, she would go down like this, legs straight,
Okay.
and that's where she's gonna be, right? She doesn't know to be here and then to here.
It's like a shuttle, frozen
What?
shuttle.
Yeah, and so people see that as a moral. I disagree. I believe it's an outright startup.
But I mean she don't have much stiffness on the leg side.
Yes, she
but-
does. She can't lay down. She can't integrate between coming and going, up and down. She can't. So yes, you say she doesn't have much. Give her a month. We need to get aggressive.
Oh, okay. So she's moving the legs very very
No.
soon.
No, she can't lay down.
Does she bring up any milk? Does
Sorry?
she reflux any milk?
She did.
She's premature.
No,
No?
on time, but what happened basically on delivery, I mean, she had a cut of oxygen for like very much 9 minutes because she was stuck on the, cage, bone cage, and the oxygen supply was cut off for very much 9 minutes. And I mean, that was a risk of child and more as well. And before that, everything is fine, but suddenly everything happened. Like,
By the way, you're welcome to sit down.
no, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get the estimate I can.
She acted just like Daphne did. Stiff, you know, wouldn't come to the
I mean,
ground.
when she born, she
Always
was
trying
not
to
able
sit
to
up.
move the left hand at all because of this nerve has been like affected. So the left hand was not working at all, and I mean that was like just moveless. Thereafter, this is going to be start moving after like few hours. Few weeks probably. So after one day, she started moving a little bit, and more and more and more. So now it's not a big difference between right and left, but yeah, stiffness is still there, a lot. I mean, still it's a bit better now. Before it was just very, very hard. So,
I'm gonna try then maybe to go in after the shoulder, see if I get more.
I mean, now she's having like special medication to relax the body, something which is recommended by the doctor. Surgeon.
Already?
Yeah, I mean to release the body. That's the reason at the moment she can relax the body. It was more worse than that.
Medication to relax the
Sorry?
body.
They're
Yeah,
already
because-
giving her baclofen?
But
or
what for?
For relax the body, what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
even
was
for-
baclofen? Oh, God. So we got a 4-month-old on baclofen.
Yeah, I mean, now after that, because it says if they don't do it, it's gonna be like it's just like that, and it's gonna be might be more bad. That's the reason they get shot, yeah.
She has
Do you work with the baby or?
No,
First arrived there, no.
I'm gonna try and
Hoping.
take her head. See if I get one.
Yeah, I mean, it was so bad before. You had no other choice.
Yeah, you do. She needs to get lessons.
She needs
to
to get
learn how to
I
move.
mean, for us, I mean, we didn't know that much
Maybe
about
your
it.
first
No, we've been
time
talking for a
pregnancy.
month and a half. Strength training.
It's okay, it's okay. Look what is it? Alice? Look. What is it? Look. Hello? Hello? Yes. What is it? Yeah. That's it. That's it. That's it. Look. What's the head? What happened? Look, what
Does
is
she
it?
like music?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, any music, just any music.
Or can you get my, someone get a phone and put it on kids playlist?
Do you know what like?
Yeah, it's, sometimes it's,
No, don't clutter her. I just want to lullaby.
You know what? We'll get you a better.
Look. Good girl. Look. Good girl. Look. Good girl.
Just a little to that. No. Told you to do that.
Good girl. Hey. Jumping on the bed. One bed and downstairs bed. Oh my God, he's jumping on the bed.
So what I'm doing here now, she's just now starting to present her left side a little bit to the floor. Now, I totally get that you don't work with a 4-month-old in sitting, but if this is where the child can get a lesson, this is where the child gets a lesson.
My mother didn't hold her head till she was 4 years old. She kind of holds
No. Babies don't hold their heads. It's a pubic bone straight, and that is non-existent. She's just on top of her head.
It's part of the spine. You just don't do it.
Now that was the first little push I got. But I'm kind of doing that top thing. I push down left pelvis, and I'm looking for her to start to give me a little bit back. Now that should just a little bit cross-bent. Don't go too far, don't go too far, because see, I'll lose the head. Yeah.
So if a child is visually impaired, would you work with the light maybe instead of like so that you know?
Right now, I'm just trying to give her a lesson. I'm not looking to necessarily give her a vision lesson, but I'll
Normally.
I'll talk with Noreen about just stabilizing the eyes instead of making it all.
Yeah, exactly.
But as you all know, for the parents that are here, these little munchkins don't come with manuals.
Any munchkin can come. What's he doing on her back?
What?
Monkeys jumping on the
What are you doing now?
What, to put her on her back?
What are you doing
She's
now?
asking what
Oh, what am I doing? I thought you were saying, why aren't I putting her in her back?
I get that.
Yeah, so I'm rotating down into her left cheek, and I'm looking for her to start giving me a little bit of pop back.
Is here.
You just saw it there with the toes tightened to bring her up.
Look.
See, that's pain. That's not uncomfortable, that's pain, that's gas.
He's working on the tummy like
Swaying the vertebrae. I need donut socks. They don't do the cool stuff for donuts.
Donuts. She just met a matching donut. Big as well.
I only use mine for eating lobster. There we go. So now I'm starting to go into the pelvis on the right side a little bit. Now I'm going into a little walk. Pulling back on the right, and I'm going forward, pulling back on the left. Now I'm trying to get the spine just a little bit across midline. But if you notice, she's still trying to stabilize vision through the head versus the twitch. Which is fine. Ah, there we go. Rotating in, over the hip, pushing into the spine. Yes.
Yeah. You're finding all of the bubbles
I know.
as you're working. So for gas, are you working on rotating the vertebrae?
Yeah, I went to go into this side, but when I did that, I think I just, let's see if we can do it again. Sort of lifting through the iliac, going into the spine. You know, Stuart, we should do something where there's like a big mirror here or something.
Yeah. Maybe tomorrow.
No, I don't.
It's a good idea.
It is a great
Good
idea.
yeah.
Yes. Big. Like a dance studio.
I don't know about that.
Kind of is a dance studio.
I think I was already a red belt. And you know, me and Guy is not a life experience y'all need to see. And our studio finally got mirrors in because he didn't want to spend the money. And I walked in and I looked up at me in the mirror, which I'd never seen myself like in a Guy kind of thing. And I literally was like, oh good God, no, and I walked out of the studio. I swear to God, I looked like Poe.
It made you self-conscious.
They modeled Kung Fu Panda right after my story. The Guy is not the figure.
And with your left hand, what?
when I can, I'm constantly working on this counter. I'm doing whatever I can to do either left bump, right bump, or to the processes so I can get her to any kind of crossing midline. I'm looking to see if I can get into her system.
I mean, what pressure, I mean, how much pressure you put in?
Nada, very little. If they do wanna, sorry.
Fingers are on the same side of the spine.
Yeah, at the moment,
This is
it's
like just
yeah, well,
usually I have like I used to.
I've got barely a half a lesson with this child, and we're in trouble, so I'm pulling out all this
And at the front you do the same.
stuff. Yeah, I'm just, you see that shoulder work still hasn't even shown up where I go back.
It's mostly push, not kick.
But honestly the left foot is a little bit more.
I'm seeing a little bit of cheek, but then if I come back though,
I know. It's only when you're almost when she's at the surface, you're like
Movement. She's trying to come back.
you wanna take her But honestly, I've never seen a kid this small back with her. Usually I see it maybe around a year. Right, for any of you other guys, have anybody seen back in it at 4 months of age? I didn't even know you could go that young.
I know, I mean, as far as.
Yeah?
You can do it if there are dosages from that advice. All of them.
But I'm just saying though, is actually working on someone with it, I've never seen a munchkin that under a year.
Was her tone very high?
0.33.
Was her muscle tone very high?
Yeah, it was very stiff. My hands and feet are like different.
Yeah.
And the neck and spine, she was really.
so now you see an improvement.
You can say 3%.
Thank you. That's a great example.
But she's going to relax on that thing.
To get eventually.
And she used to sleep on the either left or the right. She's not going on the back.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what we were
So you
discussing.
go ahead.
Now she's sleeping on the back.
For a little while only. For a little while. I have to
Only if
stay-
she's exhausted, there's no way
Yeah,
she's doing it.
yeah,
She can't do it off, she can't present to the
And
table.
then put if she's on the back, she cannot put her feet on the thing.
Right.
It's all the way up there. And then I have to make sure that after few minutes, after few like 3 minutes, I try to make her down. But then she again put her up and then she cries, so I put her on either left or either right. Yeah.
Yeah.
The normal
Wouldn't you put something to support the legs at least they
But see,
get that
she's
sensation.
not, she's, her whole body, if you touch her,
It's holding
there's
her.
nothing going to the table, that's what I'm trying to say. Even though she's on the table, she is not, nothing, like even here, she's,
Actually, no, it's the kind of,
but I'm just looking to see if I can get rid of
Right now, I'm just trying to.
this is, you have to do kind of movement. The movement of push, she will not relax. And if you try to, she will let
this
you.
happens just for
Now,
9
at least you do get exercise, you know. So,
Yeah, but she shouldn't be exercising.
no, I understand, but that was only the reason there was no moving at all, so she didn't at least.
See the legs are
If she shouldn't be exercising means like this.
No,
like this.
no, you're gonna make her stiffer.
Thank you.
I know, babies don't exercise, okay, wait, I'll show you. Don't do it.
I got my stuff from them.
You'll get more of
They
us.
all know. They know.
She has CP, she has
Sorry.
if you're able to
Okay. This will be very difficult to learn.
Employees of the law.
It's very difficult to learn.
Okay, so guys,
Guys.
I'm sorry.
I'm starting to get a circle.
Yeah.
get that.
What are the chances of having 2 hours later?
No, that's it.
I thought maybe she'd suck my finger.
These are toes, Michelle's
You wanna just hold her?
Okay, come. It's okay. It's okay. What happened? That's it. Done. Yeah. What happened? No, I'm so sorry. Night. What happened? No, Mama, night. I'm so sorry.
Now with the baby, and it's so tiny, you can hit wherever to make a difference.
So I used to do it Isaiah.
But I have tons of videos online to help, instructional videos.
The improvement is on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. She's comfortable. Alizé, so her nickname is also Spook.
It's okay.
So this is what we did in the pelvis. The gas and what I'm doing is, like I told you about the breathing. So breathing's really difficult for her, so even me just going in just that little bit with the ribs, you know, or it could cause more of a reflux as well. But I'm trying to get the ribs to come out and breathe versus wanting to spasm. I think that's a little gas right there, it's always. So what are the side effects? Does it cause gas? I was just curious.
For Isla, it was postural that was causing the gas also because you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
move. If you can't move, you can't
If you're in the car
compress
seat
the-
too much, you can't
compress
also
all the-
eliminate, you
Yeah.
can't, you know, all that sort of stuff, that I get, but.
There's no movement through that area.
That's one movement you wanna stop as much as possible. I know she likes it, but she's gonna prefer it, and that's what we don't want.
Yeah, all the time. She asked me to do like this, the same thing.
I know.
Up and down, up and down.
Yeah, her sister's a and she's not gonna learn vision.
Yeah.
Confusion, it's also texture, and to feel like you're wrenching your hands, it's really bad.
Okay, so I'm dropping the knee and the pelvis twist, going into that knee, weight there, trying to go in back into the knee, tilt that pelvis.
Maybe you can switch off mobile then. And then now you can
It's fine.
Is she giving you feedback?
Little bit.
Little vomiting that says common or very common.
But that's where you have to go slow enough to see when it kick in.
Yes, they're not the common.
Is she on medicines for reflux?
So
Is she on any medicine for reflux?
reflex, they have given me some thickener to put in the milk, and it makes the milk, you know, like sorry, yeah, she's taking it from me.
Is it working?
Yeah. Otherwise she vomit all the time. If I just give her milk, so the thickener, she will digest it.
Is it a pediatrician or did you see a gastroenterologist?
No, her speech therapist was giving this thing. What? Speech therapist. She said that they're working with the breastfeeding team as well. So they said that we usually work with this thing.
It's good to ask to see a gastroenterologist. If there's they think that she's got reflux, right? And she's throwing up milk. Yes, the gastroenterologist can give you a lot more options.
be a flare anyway.
Gina's a doctor.
She
Rheumatologist.
has very similar.
Yeah.
She's not CP, but she had the same postures. She only likes to be held up. And she had a lot of what felt like a lot of crying episodes. Didn't like feeding was very difficult.
Talking's there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can see even the feet, kind of, the legs.
You think no, it could be the gas problem because of she's not burping properly or something?
Well, you can't expand the chest, you can't burp, so the burp turns into a directional, same with the gas, and it becomes very violent. And so that's where the reflux comes, sort of like when women used to wear corsets, they'd faint because the chest cavity was so tight. So, and her chest can't expand like to burp.
Respirational disorders, respirational depression, baclofen.
What?
Respirational depression is baclofen causes that. Because so she's that medicine could be
Yeah.
stopping her expanding her chest.
Well, it's gonna change all muscle functions, not
Yeah,
just the
yeah.
legs, but yeah.
This is basically exactly what you were doing from the table.
I just didn't know if baclofen also has gas issues.
She mentioned constipation.
Oh, constipation? Oh, okay.
Constipation, yeah. And on top of the thickener to keep it down.
Yeah. So she's very constipated?
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Yeah.
What does she?
Well, she has thickener in the food, but then she has baclofen, so the constipation's increased.
Yeah, sure. Anyway. Baclofen.
But she's happy, so this is the way I'm working. But you can see the difference. She's got language.
Yeah, yeah, she started talking, speaking.
She just seems to have got happier.
She's on mama.
Well, this is probably the first time she feels her parts hanging. I mean, going down.
Wow, she's cool, cool. I'm moving.
Whenever I say that hello that way, we have a mom with 5 kids. She just had another one. And I know, can you imagine? And I was trying to work with a child and and she would just let the kids all come into my office first, like she'd eventually get there with the baby. But meanwhile, we just have Holly look at him. And he's ready to get out the chancla. So, so I was like, well, just lock the door. So he got them all out. He thought he did. And all of a sudden one came behind him and he was like, hey, where are you coming from? And then he thought he got them all out like chickens in a coop. And then, but he didn't take the key out of the door, so they had the right of way, not us. And all of a sudden the one boy comes in and is like, hello. Felipe's like, what? See, I can't transition through midlife. I know, but she's starting to. Again, just not so much that I'm bending the knees, I'm looking to weight transfer through the pelvis. We need to invent a baby suspension carrier machine that we can just sit there and work with them hanging upside down. Are you comfortable?
Yeah, okay.
Does oil massage helps with tennis or
What?
oil massage or something? I mean,
Massage doesn't teach. I'm trying to teach her how to move. She does not know how to move on her own. So the reason that I'm here teaching all these people is I believe that babies need to have the ability to exhibit rotation in every part of their body. So their fingers, their wrists, or elbows need to be able to rotate.
if you do like massage, it might be reduce the tense, so it's gonna be easier to move.
A baby needs to rotate. That's the only way they can respond to stimuli, right? So to be able to walk, to touch, to do everything. So as they rotate, that's where they get their counter. That's how they start to move, right? So you might think you're reducing the tone, but it doesn't matter if you're not teaching her how to move.
And that's the main problem of her.
She can't play with the ball, right? She does not know how to quote move. She does not know how to lie down. So she's missed the first milestone of her life, is lying. Massaging with oil is not going to hurt her. It's a very nice bonding experience to have with your child. But as far as helping her, you need to offer her movement with rotation. You can't sit up without rotation. You can't turn a page of a book without rotation.
But okay, I understand what you're saying, but I mean, how comes the stiffness related to that thing? I mean, you said she don't know how to rotate this, like in the body.
She had oxygen deprivation. She doesn't even know being born. So the rotation comes from coming out of the vaginal canal. You know, she probably wasn't, how many days in the NICU? At least 5, right?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. So.
And 9 minutes it was oxygen deprivation.
Right, so, but even just NICU time, 5 days, she can't move because she's got IVs. And we had to save her life, so that's what we had to do. But
The more rotation, the lesser the tonus. So it's connected.
Yes.
muscles don't create movement, they
She-
respond to
She
movement.
has stiffness because she doesn't have rotation. When she gets rotation, then stiffness it gets less. Release.
It's a bit like when you're in pain like this, when you can move.
I mean,
Your
what I was
muscles,
trying to say
hands
that
are
if you have
always
like a
like
stiff, I mean, tone in your muscles, I mean, when you try to move, of course, it's going to be a bit harder.
That's why you do it very gently. That's why you do it if you do it very...
But she's a baby, you will relax, yes, you can move. When she's relaxed, she still can't move. She can't move if she's stiff or she's loose. Someone has to teach her how to move.
But we have like a child with CP, and she was very, rigid. Maybe not as much, but in any event with movement lessons, like, like the more she moves, and the better the quality of the movement, in a sense of rotation, the more relaxed she is.
Try and weight transfer on the spine.
Exactly. So it will come.
Why? I mean, most of the thing. I mean, hands is the most affected. It seems like to be. I
The
understand that.
hands are her balance point. Most affected is her spine. See, she's not crying, she's distressed.
She wants someone to play with her.
What?
She wants someone to play with her.
No, she's distressed, it hurts. This is pain. I know, baby. Shh, not that much. Still. Pick it up, but slow. I know, baby.
It depends, because when she cries, normally when she feed her, she becomes calm. I mean, but when you do muscle, then she normally get relaxed and sleep. Yes, she'll sleep quite quickly. But again, I mean, this movement is necessary. But nobody does how
I know, I'm not mommy.
It's okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Well, I don't want to push her at this point, though.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Shall we go like this?
I mean, yesterday I took her in a garden,
1, 2,
like
3,
6 o'clock in the morning.
2.
She made it in one sound. I mean, she was so relaxed for like an hour. No way she was looking at the flowers, and she was giving a good concentration. She was looking at one go, like constantly she was looking on that. And yeah, I mean, she likes it that way, but if she's not doing anything, that's what she do, cry.
But she's doing a lot.
Yeah.
She should not be crying. It is not about her personality. She's 4 months old.
That's right. I mean, she need to know about movement, of course, as you're right, actually. But she's not doing it by
So
herself.
basically with this, she at least feels that she's somewhere in a body, right? But with this, when she's here, right? She's here. That's why she shakes. She can't do this. And if I do this, guess what? Now I can look at you. I can do it to you. So if I'm here, I can't even look at you. So she's smart. So she's already learned, if I'm here, I can at least look at you. I can't do this because I don't have rotation. So that's why you're constantly having to move her. So she only knows this. I can look here. Great, I'm looking at the coat, but I can't look down. I can't look up. And so that's why you're, you know what I mean, and you're moving and you're trying to find a spot, but
She turns the head, yes.
in only certain situations, but she should turn and she should turn. Not, see this, I'm gonna lose my balance if I can't, right? So that's what's gonna start happening. I go to do this and now you're gonna start to see this. Because I don't wanna fall, so I start tightening and that's why the hands are so tight. This is, don't fall down. So if I'm here, and again, I'm like a boat high on the water. So if I go here, see, this brings me up. See, this is the buoyancy that she feels, right? And I can't talk when I'm in this position, much less, come on, back's cracking. You know, this is where she's at. But she should be, like, I can't grab a ball because I'm gonna fall. So then she gets mad and frustrated, and so that's why
But why the leg? I mean, stays like that. I mean, if she can relax the leg, then
she can't relax the legs.
She can't find support.
if I
She does
give her
not
hold,
know that this is lying down.
She has to protect herself from falling inside.
so if I give her support on the leg, then
If you give her support, maybe, but even when I gave her support, she was still doing this. She did not lay in my hands. She still was engaged in holding the legs up. even, but you should not be giving a 4-month-old baby support under the legs. So we know we have a major problem here. What we're looking to do is give you ways that we're trying to solve the problem. Even if you support the legs right now like this, how do I go to the bathroom? How do I digest my food? This is where I have colic. How do I go to sleep? Right? But even like this, even if my legs are supported, I still can't grab a ball. I can't look at her. Now I can look at her, I'm an adult. But a baby would not, you're gone. There's no looking up because I can't do this. So,
Anza has the same problem as well. Because my other daughter,
She's
10. I mean, she has neuro problem as well. I think she has the same problem. She's outside. She has the same problem as well because she cannot move because she cannot balance her body. And because, of course, it's a delays.
yeah.
So she has the same problem as well. I think we have to give this exercise to her as well. So now she will know that, yeah, I feel secure so she can move.
Right.
You know, at the moment she cannot move.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just learned.
When she's laying down, I mean now, yes, when she born, I mean, we didn't know that she has some, I mean, disorder or neuro disorder. We found out that when, yeah, because she have like, you know, what exactly now?
Cerebellum ataxia.
Cerebellum ataxia. So what exactly happened when we didn't knew that when she became 1 year old and she was not start walking.
Yeah, because she
We
hasn't
were worried
learned
about
how
it
to lie
and
down.
took it to the
And the hands are
test.
Yeah, but with the
Now what
spine.
happened is when she lay down, the same thing, she
Work on
couldn't
spine.
turn her body. Because she's scared, she couldn't disbalance it. Before she was not walking. Yes. Before she was not walking at all. Now yes, she walks. No, she's 10. Now she walks because, but again, she's a bit scared. About confidence, I hold.
So if I do this,
So now we're trying.
you see how you tighten up? If I do this, you see the difference? And if I have the rotation, you see how I move with me. This, see, right, this,
Good thing is that she's improving because there's three stages. One is getting worse, one is stable, one is improving. Good thing is